Happy Saturday, Royal. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. This is our lunchtime. Yes, I take lunch late. I am African American, okay? I know I'm off today and I should have been on. But on the way in, make sure that you subscribe, like the video, and on your way out, watch, what's my lucky number? 8. Watch 8 more videos. I'm just saying. I'm trying to come up, aren't you? I hope that your day is going well and that you are enjoying your weekend. So let's get started. And today we're going to get Tessa on the phone again. Why do I call her Tessa? Because everybody else calls her Reesa. I don't want to call her Reesa. I'm going to call her Tessa. So let's get started. Today we are going to be going over episodes 16 through 20. Y'all, this is some good shit. This is when it starts getting good, right? Because any relationship, it revs up. You in honeymoon stage. It's so cute. Her honeymoon stage was 2 weeks. Yes, I say honeymoon stage because this is when she gets married. Here we go. So first, let me tell you, some people be hating. So let me show you what hating looks like. And the reason why I am giving my reviews and my assessments and pulling out all the lessons from the place of understanding, right? Why do I understand? Because I'm a woman. That's number one. Number two, we have all been lied to, unfortunately, and some of us have done some lying. Fortunately, I have not. Check my record. I'm just saying, I have not in my adult years. Just so we're clear. But when you are plus size and in content creation world or anything that's up front and center, and sometimes in your damn friend groups, people think you don't deserve things because you are plus size. How does that even work? But anyway, because your mama's plus size and she got you. So how does that work? But they also feel the need to like really critique you. And when you are somebody that is plus size and you wait to do certain things, the perception is you cannot do certain things. When you do not have a baby by a certain age, I think I shared it with you guys before. My father-in-law, when I was first introduced to him, yeah, oh my God. When I was first introduced to him, his first question was, oh, do you have any kids? Well, that was one of his first questions. Do you have any kids? Caveat, we were in an environment where it was just family, like immediate family. So I didn't take offense. I don't get offended by a lot of things. You have the right to ask a question, but it's how he asked it that just had me like, okay. So my husband's introducing, or fiance at that point is introducing me, and he says, oh no, she doesn't have kids. And he said, what's wrong with you? Why you don't got no kids? And because I knew some things and I'm an Aquarius and my mouth is snapback central, I said, well, a better question is why you have so many. I'm just saying. I did not have children because I want to wait to be married. And I also wanted it to be at a time where I can enjoy motherhood. I didn't want to have the story, which now, as a mature adult, I understand that is going to come with the territory. But I wanted to be able to enjoy it, right? I wanted a job where I can have flexibility, be able to go to all the kids' stuff. I don't have to worry about babysitters, financially responsible, traveled a little bit. I wanted to wait. So I can understand why she's done some of the things she's done. Plus, she references her convictions about shacking up with somebody. She'd never done it before. I never did it before marriage. Um, you just want to try to do things as closely to the way God wanted as possible. Does that make you perfect? No, because you're still having sex. Doesn't make you perfect, but you at least want to give that child that you're having. See, that's what you don't understand. It's not about you and your decisions. It's in your head when you're thinking this way. It's about what your best thing possible. I don't understand why people don't get it, but it's okay. I don't have judgment either way, but that's the way that you kind of want it for your life. So the older you get, um, you do start to get like, when is it my turn? And she says that a lot, and I get it. So that's why I can understand during this time why some of the decisions she made were a little bit different. She was in a box. It was COVID. I think everybody made some decisions at that time. Some of y'all have babies and everything with your ex baby daddy you said you would never touch, but no judgment. The baby cute though. So let's hear some judgment. I'm telling y'all, it's always from the one that shouldn't judge. I'm not judging her. Here we go.
Right. So we using our head here. I'm trying to see how she got shirts already. I survived legend merch. That was quick. Right. This all made up. It's all made up. That whole story was for real. She wanted that BMW. She wanted that house. And the way she got it was by manipulating y'all. By giving her the gifts on TikTok by the views. And like, yeah, that did give her money. If you think it didn't, do your research. But y'all be safe. And to the people coming to say I'm hate, hate on what? Look at her. What's the hate on? Baby, look at me. The fuck? You better get with the program. BBIs. And plus, I didn't get finesse. I don't gotta get finesse. I don't gotta get finesse because one sign of that lying to me, baby. One thing I don't do is play with me lying, baby. For real. Yeah, for real.
It be the people for me. Yes, you are jealous, little girl. You're very jealous because of the money she made. Anybody on any social media platform that it's a business. We're supposed to make money. What you're mad about is that she made money and it looks like overnight. She's been a content creator. She had 100+ thousand followers. And then she decided to tell her story. Anything you do in these days to tell your personal story and it is authentic and you take ownership, you're going to blow up overnight. I watched it happen over and over. I've said over and over, I got shit in the chamber that I am not ready to pull out because of things like this. You want to share so people know who you really are, maybe some of the things that you're going through so that you can help, but it doesn't work all the time because of people like that. It looks bad. What she is mad about at this point is that there was a YouTuber that had her on, and he was raising funds for her to be able to go to London and Paris. We're talking about Tessa, to be able to go to Paris on that, or London and Paris. On that call alone, on that live alone, they raised $8,000 was the last count that I saw to send her there. People didn't want to send her there with that money. They was like, we want you to shop with that money. We want you to enjoy yourself. That's what we want for you. You want to know why? Because I keep saying this, and this is my perception, right? This is my review. When you are somebody that does your best to do your best, you think God is not going to reward that? He is very aware that we don't have perfection. That's why he sent his son down. And that's why he gave us what we asked for. Now, I don't know what made Adam and Eve the spokesperson, but nevertheless, we got to deal with it, child. Either way, there's salvation, there's grace, there's repenting, there's all of those things. It's no way possible that any of us will get any of the blessings that we got if it only went by following the Bible directly. And I'm not talking about the blessings that come from the devil because he is an angel as well and he can give you things. Some of y'all don't know what y'all getting. But anyway, I'm just saying, in the that live alone, somebody that was a travel agent was like, "Oh, I want to pay for her flight. Just tell me what you want to do, what flight you want to take, what airline." She already said it, Delta. Ooh, just saying. Then somebody was like, "Oh no, I want to pay for her hotel." How you be mad at blessings? How you be mad at somebody being blessed? Now, I get it when it's not the right thing. You do get frustrated, like the storage people. Like that from top, though, you could see that you shouldn't have been doing that. But, and nobody's making a huge fuss about that, which, by the way, I posted a video of them going live and saying they not working, they not doing this, they not doing that. Nobody ain't really saying nothing about that. Why? Because you're looking at her and she's plus size. She's African American. She doesn't look the way you want her to look. Y'all out of control. That's why y'all blessings backed up in the pit of hell. But that's your business. So let's start. Because rest don't have time and I don't need it today. I got shit to do this Saturday that I should have did on Monday. But anyway, so she starts out with episode 16 with the interlude. In this interlude, this is where we're going to speak to Tessa because this is where people are asking her because she's posting the videos so many a day within the week though. But this is where people are asking, why are you airing your dirty laundry, blah, blah, blah. Y'all ain't asked the real housewives of anything while they airing theirs. Y'all think of that for entertainment. But you just don't want this woman to be blessed. Y'all out of control. I can't do it. So this is what we gonna do. We gonna hear from Rest on my unplugged up phone. I love making calls on this phone. Why? Because I don't have to listen to what the hell y'all say on it. It works for me. So here we go. Y'all ready? I am ready. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's get her on the line, y'all. These phones is cute. I like them. Makes me happy.
Way. Like, look, this is what I went through. I made dumb decisions. I overlooked things I should not have overlooked.
It's okay.
I argued away things I should not have argued away.
We all do that under the blood of
I
Christ.
can pinpoint exactly the moment I should have left.
Every time, girl. At the
I
end,
still
though.
feel like God is sitting on the throne.
Amen.
He's like,
I got you, girl.
I never planned for your monkey ass to marry him.
Oh.
I never even planned for you to go out on a date with him. That's why I blew your tire. But you hard-headed and you went anyway. And then I tried to go ahead and show you signs. You ignored them. Like, I feel like God did everything to help me as his child.
But he didn't write you a
This
note.
is not who I created to be your helpmate.
When he wasn't supposed to help you, you were supposed to help him.
I was like, God, you taking too long.
It do seem like long.
You taking too long. I want to have a family. You taking too long.
I want to be a mom too.
These are the consequences that I'm paying for basically
the consequences too much.
You took too long.
Yeah.
And I feel like God's grace is sufficient. It is. But at the same time, and I'm not perfect. I mean,
me neither, girl. Ooh.
Not perfect at all. None of us are. But
shit I do.
I do feel like when I sit back and I replay the events that happened, I truly cannot believe that was my story. Because all I wanted was to meet a guy, for him to be my best friend, for us to get married, have a family. I wanted someone I could make fun of his big old forehead, right? And he make fun of my nappy head and all my wigs, and yet he was my ride or die. I wanted someone that I could be like, man, help me with these kids, and he helped me with the kids.
Before you even
had a nice home, we were comfortable. That is what I wanted.
Amen.
And I said this before, and I say it again. I truly hoped.
You hoped.
It was my turn.
Everybody does. It's okay. Oh, child. It be those difficult conversations with God, don't it? Crazy how we don't see it at the time, because the Bible has been taught to be used against us. And so I still say it's okay to make sure that maybe not, let's just be clear, it was only a year. So we have to keep that in mind. A lot of people don't let go of things within a year. Some walk away immediately, like the young lady before. She said if she finds out any type of lie, for sure, she's gone. That's great. Other people do different things because it depends on the lie. It depends on the person. Some people are liars. There are lies that I have told. Do we leave each other alone as friends and family? We don't. You just find out, why did you lie? And if it makes sense, so to speak, you let it go. But here's where it comes. Now, during this same time, child, she need a break. Her birthday is coming on the 15th of February. She is an Aquarius. Shout out to you, girl. So for the 14th and 15th of February, he wined and dined her. She had an amazing birthday, amazing Valentine's Day. He did what he does. He took care of her. Rewind. On January, what day was that? On January the 5th, they got married. She had exactly 2 weeks of peace, and then the stuff started. But it did not include her birthday. So her birthday, she had a great weekend. Okay. On the weekend after her birthday is where things started to happen. This is the lie. Okay. She worked for Georgia State Patrol. Okay. He never had a problem with her working there. Of course, you're going to be around a lot of men. All of a sudden, after they get married, is calling all the time when she gets off to make sure that she's on her way straight home, who's in her office. Because even during 19, people still had to go into the office. And she was one of those people, unfortunately, because she wasn't doing well from home. So she had to go into the office. It was only her and one person. Stick a pin right here. For the people asking, well, if she worked for law enforcement, why didn't she just look up his information? Blah, blah, blah. I hate when the neckline is crooked. You can't. You can't just look up somebody's information. You can't. When you work in a position that you have access to all of these records, there are safeguards on those records to ensure that code of conduct is followed. If I don't have a reason to look up somebody's record and I look their record up, it's a little thing that'll trigger and go to security because there's, why are you doing this? Example, when I worked at Bank of America, Britney Spears, Oprah, and one other person called all the time. Well, one time I got Oprah. When I got her, I sat in a cubicle maybe 2 seats away from my manager. I get the call. I'm acting regular, like you're supposed to. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is really Oprah. This is crazy. So my manager leaps across the desk, and I don't even think I said hello before he was right there. But the call is recorded, but he still was that frantic, like he was right there. I think I was still within my first 6 months, but I already had like 10 years of call center experience. It didn't matter. He was right there for the call to make sure that it went swiftly and that you don't even say anything like, I'm a fan, nothing. You have to act regular. Anyway, when the call was over, the call was pulled and it went into a special whatever they had behind the scenes. I was young at this time. So what I know about call centers now, I didn't know then. So I don't have a clue where that call went. I no longer work in banking. But in banking, there's a special place where they keep certain things and certain records to make sure that everything is safe. They make sure right when you're done with the call that you leave your notes and you close it and it goes away. They make sure of that. They make sure you don't write an account number down because some of us used to have notepads and stuff. You can't do that. So there's a little bit of information about that for the people that don't know and assume because of a particular role, you can do a particular thing. Are there back ways to do things? Of course they are. Could she have done it? I don't know. That's her business if she wanted. She don't want to compromise her job of 8 years. Remember, before this man started paying her stuff, she was taking care of herself just fine. So when he started becoming possessive, he started talking about what she wore. This is after they get married. What she wore, the men she around, all of these different things. I think some people do that, even women, when they, who is that bitch? I think they do that to kind of reel you in, to make you think, oh my God, he just loved me. Oh my God, he don't want me to talk to nobody. They want you by yourself. Also, bullshit. They don't care. They don't care at all. He restarts the search for the houses as well during during the chapter for 15, 16, and 17, putting those all together. He started looking for a house again, but told her, because remember she said, I don't want to see another house. I'm good. House hunting is hard. It is, because everyone that you put an offer in on, you had to see yourself in that house, loving the space, and you saw yourself in that house with your family and everything. So when you don't get it, it does let you down because you really want it. And to this point, she was over it for looking at so many houses, and then also the cash offer that he put in, that when it was time to get proof of funds, that's why everybody's making fun of that tag, he would not show it. He was like in a standoff with the homeowner. The homeowner was like, I'll accept your offer if you show me you can afford it. And he's like, I'll show you I can afford it if you accept my offer, because I don't want to show all of my business to somebody just because or whatever. So they did not get that house. The owners went with somebody else. So Valentine's Day took her out. They did he did an amazing job for that time. The weekend after her birthday is where it escalates. Here we go. He gives her money to go get her nails done and her feet done. Immediately when she gets to go to get her nails done, he sends her a text that says some ninja just came to the house. He gives details. He backed up into the driveway as if he's been here before. I went outside because I caught him at the front yard. I went outside, asked him who he was looking for. He asked if he was here. I told him no. He gets back in the car and said, "Oh, okay." Now she's like, who would just come to my house? That don't make no sense. I don't know nobody with this type of car. Pulled up in a driveway. I'm not a pull up type of person who would disrespect my space like this, is what she's more so thinking about this situation, right? So she finishes getting everything done. Obviously, this has ruined her appointment. At this point, he's trying to get a response out of her. I'm thinking he wants a little bit of a toxic relationship, which you really can't get from an Aquarius. We try our best not to go off. We're more inquisitive, like, well, wait, what happened? How does this make sense? How can I solve it? We're more like that. So when we do actually go off, sometimes it's silent, it's regular tone, and it's a little bit crazy. And then other times it's screaming at the top of our lungs where we cannot hear. But it's a lot that happens in between there, right? She gets home and she's inquiring, like, well, what does the person look like? Blah, blah. If I told you I'm not tripping, like he's saying, if I'm told you I'm not tripping, then why are you tripping? Because her space was invade that does not feel comfortable that somebody would pull up and they thought you were single and by yourself. He's like, oh no, the person must have pulled up not knowing who you are. Now they know you got a man. He goes to sleep just fine. She does not. She thinks about it the next day and is at work and is like, wait, my ring camera or my security system wouldn't have caught that. Stick a pin right there by security systems. But my neighbor's does. It catches a perfect view. Let me reach out to my neighbor. Text the neighbor. Hey girl, was you home at this time on Saturday? Yeah. What's up? Can you check your cameras for me and see if somebody pulled up, blah, blah. Checks the cameras. Nothing is there. Boom. Now you technically have the first lie. There were no footprints before. Okay. Everything was speculation. Now she has her first footprint, but you have just married this man. Too fast, too curious, I'm telling you. So she's like, oh, okay. So she goes home. She can't get it out of her head. She decides not to, she didn't address him about it. She just puts it in the back of her head and her mental Rolodex and is thinking at this point, she knows what she's thinking because she did another auto diary at this point, thinking, what the hell is going on? What, this doesn't make any sense. But she's tying it back to, unfortunately, she has taken classes in psychology and things like that. So she's trying to connect it to, are you jealous? Are you insecure? What would make you make that story up? Are you trying to test me to see if there's somebody still in my life? You just not connecting the two. It's just a lie because this person is a liar. Start checking everything because it still don't make sense to you. And if it don't make sense, hell, it don't make sense. That's her business. Now the next day they go out to dinner. This is the last episode, episode 20, and then we are out of here for today. In episode 20, they go to lunch. When they leave from lunch, they go the back way through, I guess you can call it downtown Atlanta, where all the high-rise buildings are and all of that. He points at a building and says, oh, behind that building is where they're moving our new office. And she's like, you work for a condiment company. Why would they move a condiment company that will need a lot of warehouse space over there? Now she's asking questions, okay? Stick a pin right there. Oh, you got to build your case sometimes. That way it's no questions when they try to fool you when you ask questions. You can answer them yourself. An Aquarius will ask himself the question, answer it themselves, and then ask you to see if you're going to give the same answer. We work too hard. Anyway, at this point, she's asking questions about almost every single thing, right? Okay, so she's like, oh, he's like, no, they're moving the offices over there for those of us that are executives, because remember, he's a VP. Okay. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, let's go by there. Because to this point, he's been to her office because she works in law enforcement. He's met some co-workers been over there. They've met him. They've been on like a double date type of thing. It is still COVID, but she's been over this other couple's house because this is somebody she's at work with. And unlike California, if you're listening and you're from California, ours went for a long stretch where we could not basically do anything. But other states opened at certain times and then they did a lot of back and forth. So they have met other people. He's been around other people. Okay. So now she's like, oh, take me over there. I want to see, especially because it's a Saturday and nobody would be in the building. So you don't really need to worry about COVID. Right. So he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. Let me just call over there and see if security, is there. And they'll be able to let me in. And she's like, well, why don't you have a key? You're a VP. Oh, because, on the weekends, the building is locked down different because we're not supposed to be in that building at this time. Stick a pin right there. My key works to the office all the time. I can get into the executive suites. I can get into IT. I can get in everywhere. My key, everywhere except for one part. There is one part of our company that you have to have this above craziness clearance. And I can understand why, but there's just only one part. But if you work in an office, you have access to that office all the time. If you badge in, it will look weird that you badged in, but if you can explain why, then it's cool, right? Because sometimes I leave stuff in my office and I'll go back after traffic has died down and things like that. So that's a quick caveat for anybody who is wondering if that could ever be true. No. So he gets on the phone. He love a good phone, don't he? Let me see. Let's use a different pretty phone. Do I like my hair color? I love my hair color. So he gets on the phone. It's cute, huh? It ain't plugged in either. Hey, John? Yeah. Hey, I just want to come by and show my wife the office. Is such and such over there and can let me in? Can they badge me up? Oh, they called out sick today and somebody else is in. You'll have to check with them. Well, yeah, just check with them for me and let them know that I want to come over and I want to bring my wife and then get back with me. All right, then. Thanks. Okay, bye. She's sitting there on her phone texting. I'm pretty sure if they're in the car, music is on, but she is not paying attention to if anybody else is on the phone. One thing Legion gonna do is he gonna make a call. He gonna make a call, and it quite possibly ain't nobody on the other end of that phone. So of course, a call never returns. So they're circling around the particular area. He actually gets off to go towards that way, is circling around the area, and it's like, they didn't reach out back, so let's just go home. On the way home, he stops by the cemetery. When he stops by the cemetery, he goes up and says, oh, look over there. And it's a tombstone that has the family name on it, which if you have had to bury somebody, you know that you can put two people in there and they'll do the tombstone however you want. For us, it has the name of the person and it has the dates, and whatever message we have for that person. Plus, under it, if you do a long one, it has the other person's information once it's time. Or it's much easier how we have done it is you do the ones that go on the floor, and then when the other person passes, they put it next to it, right? Because they got to dig all that up anyway, because they have to put the new person. So you can't put more than one. They're looking from a distance. She can see it. That's where the grandmother that passed away in 2020 due to COVID is supposedly there. Okay. Y'all want to know if she's really in there, huh? Okay, I'm gonna tell you because we family and some stuff I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta know. I like certain cliffhangers, but honey, each story is a whole chapter in itself. So you don't really need to leave cliffhangers. She's telling the story. Quick caveat as well. Everybody could sit there and watch Cat Williams, it was over 50 million people that watched that, and that was almost 3 hours. And y'all want to sit here and talk about her for putting her story out? At least she chopped it up. Now I did listen to the other one too, because you can listen to it while you're doing other things or however you want to. Everybody watches movies, right? But for her, baby, I am so grateful. This is the kind of content I need to be able to do my job better. Thank you for doing it on TikTok, because you're only allowed 10 minutes and I could break it down and get what I need versus trying to go through 3 hours with Cat Williams, like everybody know I wanted to do, and break it down. I could still go pull out stuff, but to pull it out in order and do it's so hard. It really is. I love the way she's done this. You're a great storyteller, and I definitely took notes. So thank you. But here's the cliffhanger, and then we're going to go ahead and go live our life for Saturday. That's not his family's. Nobody's in there that he knows. The grandma didn't even pass away for real in 2020. Every time y'all hear me say what he did to spoil her, and then all the lies he told, it don't make sense. Y'all ain't heard me say this man took nothing from her yet. Y'all, if y'all could figure out why he lied like this, please let me know. If any pathological liars are out there, inbox me. You could do it anonymous and let me know why you lie the way you do instead of like regular people. And why you alive when you look like such a good person? But okay, we out, y'all. I'm gone. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share. I will not be going live tomorrow. I will be back on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.